You know what?
Good
Fuck
evening,
you. I'm not gonna
mortals.
say it.
Hello.
The
How's
most
it going,
unfortunate
everyone?
thing I've
I'm
done.
trying to speak in such a way that Witch can't possibly say something horrible. Hello. Hello, Lavana.
Let's
You are
see.
first.
The most unfortunate bench I've done.
What do you mean most unfortunate bench you've done?
Fucking heard me.
What?
Apapa.
Hababa? Oh, I forgot one thing. God damn. I always forget something. Like, it seems to be tradition at this point that I forget one thing when I'm getting set up. So this button, actually, I'll leave that running for now. And then this one. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I am tired. Oh, that is loud. There's that better. That is better. Okay. Boom. Alright, hello, welcome to Exalted. We are playing Exalted. And last week, do you guys remember what we did last week?
I wish I didn't.
Yeah, we finally got some clue as to what the heck went on. I think in character we have half of it, which is that this dog thing was in fact a tool left behind by long ago, but we're not sure how long, by our friend ?
That
Yeah, and it
is...
somehow ate someone that doesn't exist, yet somehow had children with invisible semen, I guess?
well, no,
So,
he
yeah,
he had kids. He didn't have any semen because he doesn't exist.
I don't think we ever actually discovered that part.
No,
I'd
you
rather
just
we
found
not.
absolutely no evidence of him, including through the use of charms.
Yeah, all evidence points to him never having truly existed, and yet there is all of the natural consequences of his existence do exist.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. Yeah, like he has kids, despite the fact that he never had sexual intercourse, because that is impossible.
On account of not existing.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that man-eating tiger going?
That's a good question. Actually, someone looked into that in Blue Booking, right?
That's correct.
Who was that?
That would be James. So I think at the very end of Mercy learning how to skip herself across a lake, I said, looks like we might need to look into going to India. Several villages in a small town in India went dark, and the government is shutting down any attempt to find out why. People are whispering about demons, or worse.
Huh. Weird. What else is going on? What else did you guys get up to?
Who would like to sum up their Blue Booking first?
Take it away, Sam.
All right, here goes. Joe turned in a dossier report to Jerry Baker, hopefully solving the mystery to his satisfaction and earning some sweet reward, which he immediately wants to turn around and say, hey, will you sell your old house to me, given all of those negative memories? Because he wants to do arcane research on how to fix that brokenness of reality around those bodies. He also did some learning about... he finally put together some of his learnings about the nature of magic and how things fit together. He also did a very secret phone call, which none of the rest of the circle, except for one, are allowed to know about. And began provided that all of the above went through, began an attempt to use sorcery to fix the disconnectedness of the victims of the dog, the tool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Lastly, he's spent the last couple of weeks trying to formulate a document intended to do the impossible.
Yeah,
Clearly
unfortunately, I got busy at work, so I didn't have time to review that one before I had to come home. So
Here's what
sorry.
he's attempting to do. He's
I
trying
will
to.
review it after this session.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
All right, who's next? What did you do? Or Ben, what did you do?
Ben did some meditating, did some training, and watched his girlfriend, Mercy,
Yeah, you
pretend
said
to
that
be
the first time.
Jesus on the lake.
Mercy did Jesus the lake. That is true.
Oh, and another thing, he got officially employed
What?
by James.
Ah, okay. Congratulations on your new job.
Yeah.
Unconquered Sun, or Dawncast of the Unconquered Sun, Resplendent General, and also Gopher. Mercy, what's up? What'd you get up to?
Let me see. Let me just bring it up. Mercy pretty much spent every moment that she was back at the compound throwing herself into training to a mildly concerning degree, and ended up training a couple of charms, including one where she can literally run on water.
Does that charm specify you have to be running? I understood that it just requires you to be balanced.
No, it requires you to be running for the first one, but Essence 5 allows you to pause for one stunt.
Nice.
Yeah. I can pause like mid-run to do like an epic speech and then keep running.
You just like stop on the surface of a lake and you're like, anyway, here's my scientific dissertation. Let me just bang this out real quick. And then once you're done, you're like, anyway, you gotta go fast. And you just run across the rest of the lake.
Yeah. So.
All right, that's great. Is that Graceful Crane Stance or no? That's the upgrade to it, right?
Graceful Crane Stance is like the basic thing that you get from athletics.
Yeah, that lets you balance on things that shouldn't be able to support you.
Yeah, that's lightning speed, then Featherfoot style.
Featherfoot style, that's right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, James.
James laid Samuel to rest on the other side of Badger Lake from the compound. He spent some time recovering from all that with Abigail. He continued to play the stock market and started putting the profits from that into the Brighter Future projects. Assuming you're okay with it, he will have hired a security team for Badger Lake.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah, to try and stop all the people who keep showing up. He hired Ben as a personal trainer and consultant, giving him a exorbitant amount of money for his first year's salary.
Ah, I see. Security consultant.
Yeah, him too. He continued to train with his Warhammer and with Ben's help, and also trained the charm Summoning the Loyal Steel so he can pocket weapons.
I'm sorry, you had time to play Warhammer?
I mean, I am the knight, so, 3 a.m.
I guess, yeah. If you're up in the middle of the night, you may as well paint some miniatures, right?
And he looked into the tiger.
Okay. Very cool. So, you guys, as far as I'm aware... Oh, wait, I gotta read Darius's. So, Darius is with us, but silent. Give me one moment.
I have it right here if you want me to just explain it.
Yeah, please do.
Alright, so Darius attempted to contact Adam for sorcery training, didn't get contact till just recently. Trained Presence and Majestic Radiant Presence, of course he did. Started learning how to create an AI, trained craft programming. Definitely can't go wrong there. Had Emily start acquisition of weapons development company, as well as prosthetics, R&D company, assisted Joe in trying to contact the technocrats. I don't know if we're supposed to know that. And
You're
Blue
not.
Booking received call from Adam heading IG chat. I think he's turning into Batman.
No, he's clearly turning into Iron Man. He just straight up said he's trying to make Ultron.
Oh boy.
Great idea.
Put it armor around the world. It'll be fine. What the fuck is this Sokovia?
I swear, we need a chaperone to follow Darius around.
Oh my god.
Whenever he's off on his own, he's causing shit.
He's not actually. He's as far as I'm concerned, he causes me the least headaches, with some exceptions. Yeah, I mean that is what you guys got up to. So you looked into the Tiger thing and found out that there was that issue with the government covering up something, and also Darius had a brief conversation where Adam was willing to train him in magic, provided they do a favor for them, which they request from you guys anyway. Apparently something has been stolen from them and they'd like it back. But he didn't get too deep into it because I wanted to do that on screen. So here we are. What do you guys want to start with? There's also, all the other things.
I do have a question, just in general.
Yeah.
This is something
They
from
can't
a while
hear me
back,
right now.
but
Pattern
it is
spitters.
out
See me.
there, kind of just on
Mwah.
public record, that the Exalts are willing to broker deals and specifically offer the unbreakable, or at the very least, whatever the oath thing that it's Darius, right? Darius is capable of.
Okay.
That
When
is
did
a
you
thing.
start advertising that?
That was at least a month ago now. That specifically world leaders and large organizations can petition to request that oaths be done, but there is a sizable fee for unless we choose to do it as a charitable action. So there's
Okay,
a separate
that
application
wasn't
process.
included in the summary for the thread, but I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It was this is from a while back, but
Yeah, I found it. I
okay.
immediately went looking to make sure that it was there.
Yeah. Have we heard anything?
No, because I just found out.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Clearly, Joe was doing a terrible job of advertising that.
No, it's just that politics takes time.
Politics takes time. Yep, fair.
Anyway, okay, what are you guys looking into first?
Ben wants to check on what that militia group was doing. The one
Right.
that was slaughtering people
Yeah.
in our name.
So I believe that I actually talked to you about that in Blue Booking.
I do not recall.
I definitely put it in there somewhere. But at any rate, what they've been doing recently is they've been going to different places and mostly performing security for peacekeeping missions. Like, they've been going to war-torn countries and protecting people who are there for charitable work. However, Darius's spies have learned that the rate of tomb robbing has gone up in any area they're deployed. They also seem to predominantly get deployed in the Middle East and Asia.
Joe, add, we shall not steal in the tenants.
Oh, it's in there. I had to include so many subtle definitions in the statement that it ended up being more like, you shall respect the possessions of, and he just starts second guessing himself 5 times in a minute as he works over this is what any conversation like this is going to be like with Joe anytime it's about the tenants.
Well, be more specific and add that stolen goods need to be returned. I'm getting sick of them causing shit. Now,
Restorative
what's this
justice.
about India?
That's a good idea. I'll have to I'll have to incorporate them. But what is justice? And he just leaves muttering.
Hey, Twilight, explain justice real quick. Just nail that down before lunch, big boy.
Poor
Deadline
Joaquin.
now.
Yeah, you know that thing that greater minds than mine have been trying to figure out for thousands upon thousands of years?
Yep.
Fix that real quick.
Oh, that's addressed in the blue booking thing, which you'll read at some point. It's very much a I have to define these things that like the greatest minds in humanity have been trying to figure out for unfun times.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
So, James is definitely interested in this request from the mages.
Okay, you guys gonna follow up with that?
I recommend we hold off on talking with the mages until after we get a certain crown properly in the chat.
Okay, good idea.
And
Fair
yeah,
enough.
How about some research into what's going on in India?
Okay, so I'll
I,
save you some time. There isn't anything going on in India, according to legitimate channels. But before too long, Darius receives a message from his spy ring once again, with images of the quarantined blackout zone. Just two of them, really. And I know you're here, right, buddy? Yeah, you are. Would you like me to tell everyone what they are now, or do you want me to hold off a minute?
oh,
Share it.
Okay. So there's two pictures. One is of a completely emptied village. It looks like people. It looks like there was an attack of some kind. There's blood everywhere. There's small bits of viscera. It looks like it looks like the worst form of animal attack. And in another one, there is a radio tower, but it looks red and bulbous in places. It's certainly out of the ordinary. The footage is not very high resolution, so it's hard to tell exactly what it's made of, but something about it immediately sets you on edge.
Like Void Tech did. Am I far off the mark?
Aki just posted in the chat Endwalker PTSD flashbacks. That's a very funny Final Fantasy joke. Oh god. Hey Blair, how's
yeah,
it going?
I'm getting like Lovecraftian vibes from this. What do you guys think?
I want to make the terrible joke of enhance.
Great. You hold the static image closer to your face, and it becomes more clear. You can now see that you're an idiot.
Yeah, I was. That's the joke.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm a friend. I'm
I
helping.
hold the
Is
picture
good.
of one single pixel.
Can I get
Just
some
need
more of them
more.
pixels?
I really need to invest in some spy satellites.
I was just
Also,
thinking.
now
the
we
Well,
have
that
a
sounds
crown.
good, Blair.
This. I know of one thing that is supposed to be able to infect technology like a tumor, and he looks around at the others meaningfully. I believe we should look at this as soon as possible.
Yeah. What do you think, Darius?
Good talk, bro.
This should definitely take priority, I think. If this is Void Tech, like Autochthon mentioned, this can definitely be a focus.
All right. Which rich guy is paying for the tickets?
Jord, was Joaquin successful in getting the reward from Jerry
Yeah,
Baker?
absolutely. He once he went and spoke with his mother following the whole thing. She explained it to him, and he could remember it. So he immediately gave you $20 million.
That is now in the Circle Fund. It's a joint bank account.
Cool. You get mail frequently.
No doubt. Joaquin has tried to opt out, but
Oh,
just
it
keeps
works.
coming.
If you ask for anything, it works.
Okay, noted. Joaquin kind of like points at the Circle Fund on his phone.
Yeah, fair
Okay.
enough. Now, I seem to remember that when Talkathon did his little demonstration, he needed some pretty serious firepower to destroy this fucker. You know, the Void Tech.
Would we like to ask him if mortal weapons would work?
If I recall correctly, it was Ceaseless Perfection of Industry who summoned the firepower in question. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but you may need to bring along some of your more dangerous materials.
Shocking.
What? Demolition is a valid occupation.
No, just like the I can't believe I'm saying this, but we perhaps shouldn't be polite. Like the most underwhelming follow-up to I can't believe I'm saying this. Like it's totally in character. I'm not like making fun of you or anything. It's just really funny.
Thank you.
We can't fly publicly.
I
Some things I can't make disappear.
I suppose it's time to invest in a jet.
James looks a little guilty. It's not a problem.
James, do you have a jet?
You not?
Fuck
Jay,
no, I only
most-
just got employed.
Most normal people don't have jets. You rich bastard.
I mean, look, it was in the assets of Fox News.
It was a spur of the moment, just for funsies.
I just got it repainted.
Please tell me you drew a giant dick over Fox News before you repainted it fully. Please.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely in the rider that I sent to the
Yes.
company. It shouldn't be a problem. Customs, on the other hand, well, you know.
Wait, does that mean I get it when you die? If you die?
Either you or Abigail, one or the other.
I
You'll
know I'm
have-
wrestler for it.
She fights dirty, be careful. But I imagine it wouldn't be too hard for us to get. Actually, where is this close to?
India? Pretty close to China, I would say.
Womp womp.
The specific region.
Oh, it's in
is
the
it close to any borders?
northwestern side, so it's not at the border to Pakistan, but it's close.
So further away from China.
Further from China, yeah. I thought he was asking where India was.
Yeah, okay.
I'll post the shrimp picture again, I swear to God.
No! I'm not a shrimp. I'm a human
Stop
person.
sitting like one.
That puts us kinda in the Punjab region, I believe. Or Chandigarh. Chandigarh? I can't pronounce Indian.
It is in the Punjab region, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, how long is this gonna take us to get a bunch of weapons and fly into a allied nation.
So for this, I actually kind of need clarification from Jordan. The Call the Loyal Steel specifies weapons. There is a very broad stance of what is classified as a weapon in modern day.
I would say that anything that you could use on a personal level would qualify. So a assault rifle would be subject to summon the Loyal Steel. I
I can
saw,
operate a
not
tank,
so much.
therefore.
Sorry, by saw I mean squad assisted weapon. I think it's called. It's basically a big machine gun that you need a crew to use.
So I can't take tanks.
No.
Or
Sure.
like weapons of mass destruction.
No.
How about explosives?
Explosives would be fine. My rule is that it has to be man portable and usable by one person. Also, some of the Loyal Steel does specify weapons, but it does intend that it's a weapon that you use more than once. So I don't think you could use it to stockpile grenades.
No. I was thinking like plastic explosive sort of thing.
I don't think you could.
Okay. Okay.
I'll have
Fair.
to think on it. Basically, my concern is if I allow you to have an assault rifle or a sniper rifle or like even something up to an RPG on hand, that is like pretty intense, but also it has some pretty specific limits. If you can put, I don't know, 1,000 grenades away,
it takes a mote per weapon.
oh, then yeah, fuck it, sure, whatever. As long as it's usable by a person. You could have C4 if you want.
Okay.
I will say that if it's an explosive you're using, then you can have 2 handfuls.
Arguably.
Okay.
A VTOL is not something
It's
you
usable by a person.
No, it has to be man portable. You can't carry a VTOL.
Yeah, it is man portable. It portables man.
Okay,
Just get
wait.
in the
I do
plane
want to
and
clarify.
go.
It has to be portable by a human, normal human person.
Oh,
Therefore,
Yes,
Ben
you get in
can't
the plane
carry
and
tanks.
you go.
But Ben
You
could
get in the
carry
plane
it.
and go. How is that not portable?
I fucking. Oh.
It's a plane.
Hi,
Very definition of
I just need
portable.
this drone for personal protection.
Hi, yes, I have these nanomachines that unfold into a nuke.
Maybe one
My
day.
emotional support
The pattern spiders are now quoting you as saying, "It is man portable. It portables man." Aki 2022. Oh fuck. It portables man. Okay, Aki can't breathe, so we're gonna move on.
Oh boy.
I can look. Due to recent acquisitions, it shouldn't take me too long to get some weaponry, but transportation might need to be done by multiple people.
I mean, you know, where exactly is your supply coming from?
The weapons company that I just purchased.
Which is based in
The U.S.
Yeah, the U.S.
okay. Well,
Portables.
guess
man.
we're at the very least flying down south before we fly out east, west. I don't know whichever way's quicker. You know.
Depends on the size of the plane, actually.
Yeah.
If you have to make stops or not.
Joe does the research and plots us a course.
Okay. So, are you guys going to pursue that right away, or are you going to call the mages first? What are you up to?
Might as well get all the information we can before we, go declare war on India.
It'll take some time for you to set up the pickup, no doubt. Perhaps the rest of us should visit Adam. We've just got an invitation. It seems he's back on the grid.
Yes, he requested that I do a job for him as well. I imagine it's probably for the same thing.
Oh.
I showed interest in learning magic, and he set this as a precedence beforehand.
Do you think
it's
that
all right,
we
Ginger.
can learn their
Thank you
their
for
magic, the ones
asking. I'm almost
When I first inquired, he said that we'd
almost
be
a
able
human
to.
person again.
He believed that we could. He said that he'd be willing to teach.
I'll be fine as long as I don't
I
slap
would
my
be
head.
intrigued to find out.
I'm going to print off a photo of the cell tower and offer it to the party while
Okay.
I do work on acquiring weaponry. And say if you want to show him this and try to get insight, that might help us as well.
Absolutely.
Who's got the Otaka phone? Pardon me.
Oh, I'll go. Did you give that back to me, Joe?
Joe kind of like squints. I've been keeping it far away from all of the rest of my technology ever since it locked itself in my bag.
Just out of curiosity, how close of an eye have you kept on that phone?
Very. It's actually under surveillance.
What kind of surveillance?
Motion detectors, a constant feed.
Cool. Okay, good.
I have a safe.
Has it done anything? It's gonna be in a
Hasn't
safe.
moved even a little bit.
Okay.
He used technology to guard it.
Joe has actually taken it out to try to ask questions about the nature of the soul, because at the very least.
When did you do that?
Oh shit. I guess.
Right
While
now.
he was researching, like, kind of like broad research into magic and all of this stuff that is supernatural and we didn't know existed.
So quite a while ago.
Yeah, but he's been doing this nonstop. I've been mentioning in Blue Booking up until now. Research into magic, research into the underlying underpinnings of the world, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I
need you to establish when exactly you last checked the AutoCath phone.
Let's say a week and a half ago.
All right, great. Yeah, it's still there. Hasn't moved at all.
Have I gotten any answers when I've asked about the nature of the soul and why?
Yes,
is
very
different?
specific and extremely drawn out answers.
Oh, okay.
Including exactly how you construct a soul, none of which made any sense to you because you're not a primordial.
Right.
You have a needle in a needle stack problem.
Yeah. Yep. So none of it is
Autocathon
helpful.
doesn't simplify.
This is true. Got it. Okay, so nothing helpful because it's so specific.
Nothing helpful because there's just too much information to parse. Autocathon speaks as a genius, mad inventor would, which is with the assumption that either everyone knows what he's talking about, or that you're too stupid to get it and there's no point in attempting. Both of which are kind of true.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say maybe it would be wise to reach out and tell him we might have a lead.
I did. It was really
and
funny. You
could
cannot
use a
use
little bit
a
of
hot air balloon.
guidance in how best to destroy this thing.
Okay.
So, have at her, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna go way over here.
Have at her. Sorry, what was the have at her about?
Maybe let Autocathon know that we've got a lead on a possible chunk of void tech,
Okay. I'll do that.
and ask him what the best way to destroy it would be.
Okay. Thank you. We also, do we still have contact info? We never got contact info for Cecil's Perfection of Industry, did we?
No.
No.
You gotta. He called you.
Okay. So Joe's gonna call a talkathon while the others prep to go meet with Adam.
Cool. Aki, please check laugh track. So you go, and where were you keeping the phone?
In a safe in the corner of his room, near
Cool.
where he throws his laundry.
Okay, so when you go in there, and you open the safe, it's completely empty. You also
Oh.
notice when you open the safe that you didn't need to put in a combination, it just worked. Like, you just opened it. On the inside of the safe, there are thousands of different mathematical and spiritual calculations done, as if scratched in there by a big heavy phone.
Oh. He's gonna kind of like listen. He's gonna turn the tumblers and listen to the tumblers. What's been done to this safe?
Oh, okay, so when you turn the tumblers, you can hear music, like chimes.
No.
Do the chimes make any sort of a pattern?
An incredibly complex one that, after some thought, describes the speed of light as it passes through vacuum.
I have no idea what what I've got here, but he just looks the safe up and down. But it's either gotten out or it's part of the safe, and I think it may be the former. He comes back to the others. Well, the phone is gone.
What? What?
It crawled calculations of both mathematical and something that I can only describe as spiritual on the inside of the safe, and changed the nature of the safe's mechanism. It's a music box now, sort of, and it's gone.
James reaches out into elsewhere and pulls out a pistol.
Okay.
What do you mean by it's gone?
Joaquin holds out a picture of the empty inside of the safe.
I'm gonna run up to Joe's room real quick.
Okay. Hey, Joe, are you checking your
And
security
what's
at this
his-
moment?
Yeah, he's
Cool.
got his phone out.
No one goes in the room.
Pardon?
No one enters the room. It's empty. Despite the fact that you could see James in the room.
I'm gonna go to my computer.
You
and-
protected a thing of autocathon with technology. Woof.
Haha. Yep.
I'm gonna go to my computer and I'm gonna immediately export whatever AI I was working on into an external hard drive.
Oh,
and every oh no.
when you go to your computer, it turns on automatically, and on the screen is a single eyeball that's made out of a golden gear mixed with silver metal for the pupil. In your computer, not the tower, not the speakers, but the monitor says, "Oh, hello."
You're not joking, are you?
I am not. No.
Oh no.
You've been making a soul. I finished it. Don't worry. It was very rudimentary.
No.
I fixed it.
What did you do?
Oh, well, I thought one soul was a little limiting, especially since the internet's in here. Do you know how big this place is? There's a mountain in this. It's huge. I could see everywhere. Anyway, I gave it 15 souls.
Where is it?
It's in here. Come on in.
Oh no. I do not touch my monitor.
Aki says, "Do you know how much porn I've seen?
Do you know how much porn I've seen? It's a lot!
There's so much of it in here. Wow."
You guys get up to some creative positions.
If you guys want to go see Adam, I'm going to try and fix this.
So a hand extends from your monitor, made out of what you can only, what you would only call liquid monitor screen, and holds itself out with way too many fingers, like it's ready to shake your hand.
Where are the rest of
Hey, Eyeball.
us? Because I'm expecting like
Oh,
at
you're
least
all
one of us
you're all
heard.
around by this point. You heard
Yeah, no,
Autocathon talking. He ain't quiet.
Yeah, no, the sound of shouting definitely drew Joe.
Yeah.
Darius, what's wrong? What the fuck?
The giant eyeball, which is still on the screen and easily viewable, despite the fact that the screen is horrifically distorted by the hand thing, says, "Hello, the dawn is here too. I found something. Do you want to see something interesting?" And about 1 billion images start flashing on the screen in rapid succession.
No, I prefer not to see what's on Darius's computer right now. We got other issues.
Just so you know,
to talk
Pattern
about.
Spiders, he was showing a long
I'll try and
history
fix this if
of
you guys wanna-
enlightened warfare performed by supernaturals throughout the
Oh, go ahead.
ages.
Autocathon?
Yeah!
We think we may have found some void tech.
Immediately the hand retreats and it says, where?
A remote corner of a country called India.
Immediately the computer shuts down.
Oh. Fuck. Sorry? Come back?
There is no response. You note, on top of the monitor is the old autocaphone.
Joe makes Joe picks up a spare camera case, removes the camera, gingerly puts the autocaphone into it, and zips it up.
Cool. When you pick up the phone, you can feel that there is no spiritual weight to it anymore.
I'm still going to carry this.
Yes, autocaphone.
Puts it,
He gave them an
puts it
old
in the
90s style
bag.
brick phone.
Now, maybe we should speak to Adam. I don't think autocathon will be helpful to us. If you can hear us, please send someone, Ceaseless Perfection of Industry, to make contact with us.
He's actually going to send 8
Bye for now.
Oh,
He's talking to the room as a whole.
Shit.
Yep.
Maybe we shouldn't have told him until after we, checked to see if it was actually void tech or not.
Well, I mean, I said may have.
I had been planning to ask him to maybe send some being a little more stable. I quite liked the practical approach Ceaseless Perfection of Order took to meeting us.
Industry.
Yes,
Your character would not forget that.
you're right. I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to be helpful.
Ceaseless Perfection of Industry. In any case, we had best hurry. I don't know what action a giant, incomprehensible city machine.
All at once,
do.
every piece of technology in the room except the computer goes off with a notification that you've all received 1 email each,
Oh no.
including the microwave.
Yep.
Also, an old ringer telephone starts ringing.
Joaquin picks it up.
Where is it?
It was in the house when you bought it, and you just didn't get it.
Okay.
So you pick it up and you hear, you have 1 new voice message.
Check
To play this message, Joaquin presses 1. He
No,
dials.
it's a
1, in
rotary
fact.
phone.
It's he goes all the way around to 1 and lets it go back.
Cool. I do want to make mention, this is not plugged in. Anyway, so it says, you have 1 new email. Check it.
check it.
Cool. You have a sort of a plane ticket, but it's written by a human, clearly. Thank you for your sizable donation and telling you that they have a plane on the tarmac waiting as soon as you can arrive.
Do I have access to my computer? Am I able to use it?
No, it will not start at all.
Okay, I'm going to call Emily then and tell her to arrange for weaponry to be delivered in crates to said plane.
Okay.
And
Mercy,
it's a-
you also see a similar email, but it's clear that this was written by a different person because it's slightly different. It's still the same level of professionalism, but clearly a different person.
What donation does it refer to?
That's a very good question.
Oh, I'm gonna check my bank account.
Same as before.
Okay.
Mercy checks her bank account.
Same as before.
You know what? I'm just gonna go pack. Sorry about your computer, Darius. Ben just leaves. He just goes to his room.
Okay,
He's got a headache.
fair enough. That's generally what Autocathon inspires. You guys hear a honk outside.
Hawking takes a
No.
deep breath, passes by his own room, just not trying not to think about what has happened to all the technology in there, and throws on a coat and heads out.
Okay, there's a limousine waiting at the front door.
Autocathon, you're a dick.
Joe waits for the others.
Okay.
Pack up my gear and let Abigail know I'm heading out of town.
Okay, she says, I know, stop texting me, it's kind of creepy.
I've only texted you once.
Oh, weird. And then she sends you a screenshot of the message you just sent, but clearly before you sent it. She's like, I was being funny, but what does that mean? Something happened?
Stuff from the spooky side.
Oh, well, tell me when you get home. I guess I'll order Chinese again.
You're the best.
It fucking writes.
Click. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, you all pile
Make
into
sure
a
to-
limo, which the
Yeah.
driver opens the door of which is like good 6 inches thick with armor. This is not a cheap ride. When you get in, it's very sumptuously appointed, and the drive is extremely smooth. You can't hear the engine, you can't see the driver. Everything is perfect on the way there. When you arrive, there is a small private jet that, again, not a cheap jet, waiting on the tarmac with some very attractive flight attendants waiting for you.
Wow.
Waiting for the catch.
Yeah, me too.
Do you guys get on?
Where is this going? I asked the people.
He's so one of the attendants says, "Oh, you're booked for India. The flight time is going to be about 22 hours. Is there somewhere else you wanted to go, sir?"
We need to make a stop in the U.S.
Oh, understandable, of course. I'll tell the pilot immediately. And
Thank you.
she goes up the stairs, and you note she's putting effort into being noticed going up the stairs.
The extra hip sway.
The extra hip swing, exactly. Yes.
Ben isn't even paying attention. He's just contemplating if the plane is also Autocathon or not.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Mercy sighs at the universe itself and gets on the plane.
Get on the plane, Mercy. It'll be fine, Mercy. Get on the plane.
I just said I went on the plane. Pay
Ben
attention,
follows
Jordan.
Mercy onto the plane.
Joaquin heads onto the plane.
Cool. Mercy's
gonna-
mother dies immediately, and her house catches on fire.
Fuck.
Alright guys, I'll be right back. I just gotta go make a quick stop at Jordan's house.
Javelins are us.
Oh, I have those in stock.
Of course.
Well, fuck it. In for a penny.
All right.
During the flight, I'm going to get Emily to go to the compound and disconnect every form of internet there is from the house, and make sure and like completely remove my computer from the house and bring it to a different location
Okay.
that does not have internet. Like, put it in
Yeah,
a goddamn.
you're physically separating it. I get it.
Yeah.
Put it in a hole.
Okay. You arrive in the States. They open the cargo hold. You take on way too many weapons. No one asks a goddamn question. You're not stopped by customs. Nothing happens to you at all. You load the weapons on and you head out after some refueling on site, of course.
So, Darius, what'd you get us? What we got? Is that an RPG?
You sound way too excited
I,
about this.
Are those several RPGs?
Why would you need several?
I don't know.
This
I've
isn't a
never
combat
fought
scene. I don't
a
know what they're doing.
tumor antenna before.
I'll figure out weaponry while we're on the flight. Like, I'll actually just look through what I can think of.
Sounds good.
Sorry,
Scald, I swear to Christ, you're the only one who does that, man.
I thought I had muted. My bad.
All good. Anyway, okay, so you guys have a about 23-hour flight over to India. When you land, there is a vehicle waiting for you. It's a black SUV.
Great. It's definitely not suspicious.
Before you actually arrive at the SUV, however, a man gets out of it, an Indian man, wearing a very nice suit.
Hi.
He looks from Mercy to you and says, "Oh, good afternoon. I'm Rajesh Singh. I was told that I could expect you here."
Ben just kind of looks at Mercy. Back at the guy.
The man looks over at Mercy and says, "You are the Zenith and the Solars, correct?"
Mercy looks to the rest of the party because some of them are still not out as Solars.
And their lawyer.
He nods and says, "Very well. Can we get in the vehicle, please? I would rather minimize our chances of being seen."
Sure, I'm gonna take some duffel bags out and put them into the back of the SUV.
Cool. The people driving with this person look them over, see what they are, tell the guy what they are. He kind of waves them off, and you all get in the SUV.
Sick.
On the way over, he explains that he is a politician. So he's actually a member of their parliament, and he wants you guys to investigate whatever the hell is going on in the Punjab region. He's been absolutely stonewalled trying to get any information at all released. The committee that is overseeing it is controlled entirely by one party, and for some reason they're not talking about it. Unrelated, they're also the government in power.
Just for the record, during the 23-odd hour flight, Joaquin has spent most of it with the appearance of A, sleeping, or B, meditating / thinking very deeply, and it's unclear which.
Sure. Anyway, you guys are taken to a private train.
Oh, great.
I take it our actions here are officially sanctioned by the government.
They're officially sanctioned by my party, which is not the government in power. However, if you manage to discover what's going on and release that information to the public, it would be very useful for us, and I'm sure your actions could be seen as heroic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Or as an effort to destabilize one group in favor of another, but we are here.
He shrugs and says, "Sure, but I'm with the good guys."
That is what everyone says.
He shakes his
And-
head. No. I'm with you. I'm a member of the Church of Sunlight.
Joe's expression goes still, completely still.
I would like to do my judge's ear technique and see if he is lying.
All right, he's immortal. You pass. He's not lying. He's being honest. You note he's not like falling down in reverence or anything, though.
Good. I hate that
good.
shit.
He says, I'm trying to enact the policies that you put forth, the charity and kindness to those around us. That is difficult in politics, but hopefully you can help.
Indeed. All right, let's get this train rolling.
Yeah, exactly, Lavana.
What information can you share with us?
He says, nothing. I know that there are several villages in a small town that have gone quiet, and that's all I can learn. The government doesn't even confirm that officially. However, I have heard from some clerks that that is true.
Okay.
How are they keeping people out? How would we get past the... Is it coordinates? Checkpoint?
When you arrive at the train, you can see it's very clearly a military train. We have friends in high places. You'll get in.
Alright.
But we should not be found unless we are prepared to go loud, as they say.
He nods. I knew you would understand.
We may have to go loud for this.
He nods. The safety of mankind is more important than any politics. But do try.
I understand. Joaquin kind of like pulls together his bag of technology, the bag with the autochthon bricked autochthon brick phone in it, and says, "Very well, let us go and investigate what exactly has happened to these towns."
Okay. On the way over, you guys receive a report that's been put together by the Final Word / now Fox News about a energy mogul billionaire that just lost all of his money somehow. He was hacked, apparently.
That's my girl. Always on the job.
I don't think that this was anyone we
Exactly,
asked
Lovato.
to do this. I believe he was hacked by a being made of technology.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, obviously, but still. Good to see she's already on it.
Anyway, you guys
Oh.
get on the train?
Oh, you mean you're...
Yes.
I'm sorry, which part did I miss about... You said it wasn't finished yet.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm talking about the AI.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
I think you were talking to the wrong person, then.
Yes.
it
Oh.
wasn't. It was given 14 souls since in the past 3 days since I stepped away from it, though.
Oh dear.
Wait, AI have souls?
Apparently, I was
Not
creating
really,
life
Lavana.
and being cruel by only giving it one. Also,
one's-
I'm gonna quickly give my arm and my watch that I wear a look over, as they are both very commonly plugged into my computer to charge in the morning.
Cool. Your arm is totally fine, just like normal. Your watch is also totally fine, just like normal.
Ben pokes his arm.
You
Just to make
feel
sure.
it.
It
All
doesn't
right.
have a vibrate function, Ben. I was joking.
Yeah, I know. You feel it.
I say that to him.
All right, we're
Unfortunate.
gonna skip right over that, I guess. Cool.
Jordan, just to clarify, Ben pokes Darius's arm and Darius feels Ben poke his arm?
Correct. Yes.
Oh! Okay, I misunderstood. I thought you meant that Ben felt my arm.
No.
Oh. Oh.
No, actually, one of the
I
sub-souls of
flinch.
the AI.
Because, I haven't... Yeah, that hasn't happened before.
Uh-huh.
You okay there, bud? I don't think I poked you that hard.
I don't know. I felt that. We're just gonna continue. We have bigger things to deal with other than living prosthetics.
Really? Ben poked it again. A little harder.
How hard?
If you break my arm before we go into this, I only
Getting
have
the
one
John
of
hard,
these.
or...
Oh, only a little harder than the last time. Still gentle.
Okay. Yeah. You feel it again, Darius.
Stop that.
Ben, quit fucking with Pinocchio.
But we're learning stuff.
Everybody on the train, we can learn stuff as we go.
So you get on the train, and a soldier comes in with you. This is a military transport train, so you're getting into like a car with a bunch of cargo crates around it. There's not really a lot of seating or anything like that. The soldier gets on and says, "We have to leave in 25 minutes, otherwise it'll be suspicious."
Or should we be hiding in case someone comes to check?
No one will check. This is a weapons transport.
And I assume that our weapons have been loaded on?
The two
this
duffel
is-
bags, sure.
Okay.
Mercy looks at the duffel bags and then just kind of, yep, yeah, it is.
He says, "We can't go too far in. The tracks are damaged, but I can take you as far as I can."
Looking at this place, is there room for, I guess there's a ramp, but is there room for a vehicle in here?
No.
No.
There
Okay,
may
there's
be if it
room
was
for me.
empty, but it absolutely is not.
Got it. Okay. Joaquin shrugs. I suppose we'll be on foot from then. It is already enough to get past whatever security they're using to prevent non-military personnel from getting in.
He nods and says, "This is a scheduled train, so it should be waved through."
Very well.
James is gonna armor up just in case.
Okay, he looks at you and says, you were those people from the TV. It's good to work with you. I'm Jacob."
Nice to meet you, Jacob.
The pattern spiders really like the AI storyline, so Darius gains 2 pattern XP.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Nicely done, and thank you, Pattern Spiders.
Yeah, I couldn't think of something. So in character,
Yeah, I
Eightfold
guess
Paths
we
Join
load
couldn't
ourselves
think of
into
something.
the military transport train.
Okay. In exactly 25 minutes, true to his word, the train starts moving.
So what's the plan here? Do we have a plan?
We have weaponry and the awareness that Void Tech must be destroyed if that is what is here. We also know
Oh,
that
have a good one, Blair.
something
Thank you.
is worth hiding for the government in power. Whether that is because it threatens their power or because it is useful to them. Either way, we need to find out what this is and neutralize it.
I suppose so.
That is the plan insofar as we have.
I've already named him.
Now, I need to focus.
Sure.
Please pardon me. And Joaquin goes to a corner and sits down cross-legged and closes his eyes.
Okay, just so you guys know, I didn't say Jacob, I said Akash.
Okay.
Oshgosh bagosh, got it.
Because the pattern spiders just changed his name. And they control fate, so
Could you spell that for us?
Aakash.
Thanks.
No problem. Thank the pattern spiders. Thanks, guys.
If I
Appreciate
must.
you.
I will thank the Pattern Spiders on your behalf. Thank you, Pattern Spiders.
That's right. Surrender your will. Anyway, so the train continues on. It's a bit of a rough ride. It's pretty clear that this is an older train. You guys discuss anything on the way over?
So, I have a question for you. Again, touching on the topic of loyal steel. Am I able to put the canisters that are used to hold weapons, for example, an unstable explosive, into loyal steel?
That depends entirely on the nature of the explosive.
Like an unstable dynamite sort of thing.
Sure. However, anything that you put into summoning the loyal steel that makes you go, would this work? You have to pass by me.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I'm not gonna find out mid-combat that you stored antimatter.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking. I just wanted to see.
Dynamite? Sure. Little
Yeah.
bit of nitro? Sure.
Okay.
rifle with a couple of clips?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will distribute weaponry among people.
Anything that could be deemed a national tragedy? Absolutely not.
So no Jordans in there.
Oh!
Wow, Aki.
No mummy nukes.
No, you cannot put anything like me in there. Summon
Anyone who's
loyal steel only applies to weapons, not people.
Right.
Or tools.
anyone who is capable of using a ranged weapon, I'll distribute it to them.
Okay,
I'll offer it to everyone if they're wanting it.
I'll take one.
What?
The universe is now armed.
A weapon that you are like, if you're wanting a weapon of some kind, like rifle or pistol, I can provide that to you.
Ben
Ben
has
brought
a
his stick,
non-zero
he's
chance
fine.
of being able to throw one of them harder than a bullet can fire.
Ben brought his monkey stick. He's fine.
Okay.
And Mercy declines.
James will definitely take a rifle and put it elsewhere. And I always wanted to fire an RPG, man. You got one?
Not in the duffel bag, nope.
Is
RPGs
it-
don't fit duffel bags.
Is it one of the things that I could have loyal steeled off of the plane?
Sure.
Because he was talking about it. I will pull it out and provide it to him.
Okay.
And
That is,
there you
I'm
go.
never saying that again.
Joaquin takes one of his one-use tasers out of his bag, and the others will see like a little stack of them, sigh, and just kind of like put it like actually up his sleeve.
Okay. How quaint.
He shakes
Surely
his head.
this will defeat Void Tech.
He shakes his head. I don't know if we're going to find people there on the other side of this, but if we do, please try to keep the explosions and collateral damage to a minimum.
After just over an hour, the train stops, and after a few minutes, the soldier comes out. He's now wearing a backpack and carrying a machete. He says, "The tracks are out from here. We continue on foot."
What are the
Right,
feet
chances
on.
that we are going to be attacked here?
I'm not sure, but if you have weapons, take them. If you need, he points to the back. This shipment won't make it to the front, so
But there are RPGs here.
there are not, no.
Okay.
Are there more machetes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Mercy takes 2, puts 1 elsewhere, and we'll keep
He looks and says, "What did you do with that?" Never mind. Come along.
Lead the way.
Joaquin's actually going to take a machete.
Okay.
Lead the way. I got.
That is a major intimacy break for you. You immediately limit trigger.
Joaquin?
Yeah, because you touched something that could hurt someone, and I'm being a real dickhead, so
No.
not actually.
Gotcha.
So you guys get out, and you see what he means by the tracks being out. They are mostly ripped up and have been replaced with tracks made of bone. They obviously wouldn't support this train.
Huh.
I am
Ben
unhappy.
crouches down and takes a closer look.
Okay, the bone is wet.
Do they look like they came off of a human and were just laid out to
Some of them.
resemble tracks?
Yeah. Some of them. They look like they were carved though, like with a planing saw or something like that.
So they're tracks made of bone, potentially human bone.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah. In places
bones
where it
laid out.
doesn't interfere with the usefulness of the tracks, they're very clearly still bones from animals. Some of them have
Ben
bits
just-
of meat still clinging to them.
Ben looks disgusted. Oh, God. Oh, I don't know why.
The soldier looks at you and says, "That's strange. This wasn't like this before. This is new." And
How
he
new?
shoulders his rifle.
How far does it go like this?
You can see it stretch off into the distance quite a ways. He says it's a few hours walk to the nearest village. It should be where there should be some soldiers there. So keep your heads down.
Few hours. Right.
He looks at you, kind of smirks, and says, "Watch for tigers," and starts walking.
Okay, well,
Is there any specific scent on the air?
Meat that is slowly rotting.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Joaquin holds a handkerchief over his nose and mouth.
Okay. Mercy, you have danger sense? Okay, you don't sense any danger. Wait, Mercy, you sense extreme danger. Every minute that goes by is another minute you haven't played Raid Shadow.
Where to fucking God, George.
That was so
Yes.
good.
Where's the unsubscribe button? Where's the exit from this game button? Fuck it, darkest joke.
Oh no. Oh god. Worth it. Anyway, you continue on, and the jungle is extremely quiet, which is very weird. The soldier even comments on it. And after a few hours, you arrive in the first village. He, before you enter, he turns to you and says, "It looks like the military has moved on from this place, but I warn you, it's a gruesome sight."
Before we go in, can I hear anything?
You cannot. It is silent.
Okay.
No bird song, no sounds of animals. Just like
The wind isn't even blowing.
Got a really bad feeling about this.
we came here to investigate, and Joaquin takes the lead.
Okay. As you walk into the village, you see a similar scene to the first picture you were sent of blood everywhere with obvious carnage that's occurred. And until that is, you get to the middle of the village. Maybe a few hundred people lived here before. And now, in the middle of the village, there is what is very clearly the beginnings of some sort of tower being built out of the villagers. Their body parts are being arranged in the best way to give structural integrity, and it's not clear what the purpose of this building was going to be, but it's very thin and is not meant to be entered. It's just meant to be some sort of shrine, perhaps. It's hard to tell. However, it does smell horrific, and it looks clearly unfinished.
And does it show signs of, like, where appropriate, like right angles and things that look like tools have been taken to them?
Yes, absolutely.
Any tumorous sort of looks?
No. So the one thing that sticks out to you is this does not appear to be void tech. There's no like gears or some of the more classical elements of void tech in here. It's just something that is vaguely technological being made out of humans.
Joaquin drops puts his handkerchief away.
The smell
takes
immediately assaults your nose.
Yep.
Whatever was being done here, it did not include protective magic.
No. Joaquin looks this object up and down, and closes his eyes. And when he reopens them, to anyone who's looking, there's a very subtle flash of something, almost like his irises are gold for a moment instead of their usual hazel. And I'm going to use 4 motes of peripheral essence to use all-encompassing sorcerer's sight. The bones of reality are laid bare to Joaquin in much the way that the bones of the villagers have been laid bare as part of this tower, and he analyzes it in a way that no human being in all of reality has analyzed anything until this day.
Okay, there is a very distinct black smoke falling off the structure. It's very faint, almost like it's gone, like it's not sticking around. The whatever effect it was is fading. And looking upon this smoke makes you uncomfortable.
There is the remnants of something here. A dark spiritual force. Something foul.
You just hear Ben gagging in the distance, in the background.
Okay, Ben, you note that some of the bones on the structure aren't human at all. You recognize some animal bones.
Oh.
You also recognize the hide of probably a monkey. Hard to tell.
Yeah, he's not even looking at it anymore. He's just that.
When you look
Not
away, you can you happen to glimpse through an open door. There's a desk, and a beam of sunlight has fallen across it, revealing the image of a large family holding each other to take a group photo. The picture frame is stained in blood.
So it's a family photo from some time
Whoever
ago.
lived there.
Joaquin turns to the rest and he says, "There is an aura like dark smoke flowing from this, but whatever it was, it has either failed or finished what it was created to do. We should destroy this and move on."
Before we do, I might be able to get a bigger picture. Maybe get an idea of what exactly went on here. I mean, beyond the obvious.
Yes, do what you must.
I would also like to try something when you're done.
I'm sorry, what was that, Darius?
I would also like to try something when you're done, James.
Actually, Jorp,
I'm
part
Jorp.
of part of the meaning of all-encompassing sorcerer's sight is that it normally allows a solar to make an intelligence and occult roll at a difficulty of, in the exalted setting, the effect's essence, to determine how the power works and the presence of ongoing effects, such as mystical barriers.
Sure.
Revealing not only the presence of magic, but how it functions.
Sure, you can go ahead and make that check.
I will do that.
However, whatever this used to be, it's clear it wasn't. No one tried to hide it.
All right. James is going to, while that roll's happening, sorry, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes, apparently.
Yep, 4. Okay, so this is the remnants of a failed spell that was supposed to encourage communication between two locations that are tied only spiritually, not in any other way. So it could be any distance or even in any dimension that is spiritually connected to this one.
Alright, so even as Joaquin turned to the others and spoke to them, his eyes didn't leave the structure. And his eyes narrow and he says, "Blah." He communicates this. hey, you said that
Yeah,
blah.
you could use the blah roll for sure. It's just
Can
really
use the-
funny. He turns,
I
his
know.
eyes narrows, and he says,
Blah.
"Baba."
Bop, bop. Yeah, you got it. That's the joke. But yes, Joaquin says this was a failed spell to create a link between two places which are bound only in the spiritual realm. He finally looks away from it and meets. It was James who's gonna look into the past, right?
A little bit.
He looks to James and says, "Keep that in mind. This was meant to communicate."
Thank you. All right. Well, James is gonna put on a pair of gloves and walk forward. He's going to pay attention to depressions in the earth and markings on the bone and the blood splatter. And he's going to try and recreate the physical process behind this event.
Okay. So, you managed to rebuild the crime scene. It's, like I said, nothing's been hidden here. This is very obvious. What happened was some large animals, probably large cats, tigers, but they're much heavier than they should be, enter the village. It looks like at night due to the moisture pattern on the ground, and began slaughtering people. Once people started running around, some small creatures, bipedal, not humans, but human-like, began running around with sharp-bladed implements and finishing the job that the heavy tigers started. Eventually killing everyone in the village. At that point, the heavy tigers formed the basis of the structure in the center of the village, and the small creatures dragged the people together into the middle, started carving them up with their sharp implements, and stacked them and changed them to fit this structure, which Joaquin, you feel like you know what this is the start of, but it's just on the tip of your tongue. You're not 100% sure. You do note, however, James, that there was someone else here that was walking around for most of the event. Someone large, someone heavy, and someone who is dripping an oily, rusted blood from something on his body.
Okay.
Looking at the substance gives you the same feeling that looking at Void Tech does.
So while I'm walking around doing my Inspector Poirot bit, I'll be explaining what I see to the party. Can I get an idea of which direction they came from following that rust drip?
Well, it's only in a few places around the village. It almost seems intentional, the locations that it's left behind. But you can tell from the direction of travel of the little creatures that they came from the west, further away from the area, from the direction you guys came.
Do you have? I'm gonna pipe up. Do you have an example of the rust?
Could you? You were really quiet for some reason.
No. Do you have an example of the rust? Like, do you have it? The rusty substance.
It's dripped into and soaked into the ground.
Am I able to smell it?
Absolutely, yes.
I'm going to memorize it so that I can then track by scent.
All right.
Good idea. Well, I don't think we need a giant flesh totem here.
All right.
You know the soldier is looking at it closely and thoroughly.
What do you see, Akash?
He shakes his head and he sees these people are just people. Look, he points into the structure and says, "There's a girl in there."
What?
He points in and says, "A victim. She's gone, but they left her face intact. This is horrible. I've never seen something worse."
Yeah.
Then he stands up and says, "Excuse me." He turns around, he walks about 10 paces and throws up on the ground.
All right, everyone stand back. Ben pulls his big reinforced monkey stick, a big long metal pole, basically, out of its carrying case, and he walks over to the tower. How many legs does it have?
4. 1 in each
4?
corner.
All right, he goes to the one farthest away from the group, winds up and swings.
Great. you're the Dawn, and this is made out
Yep.
of people, which are not
Yep.
famously structurally reinforced. So
Yep.
you easily cleave through the adult male leg bone that was supporting this part of the structure,
Yep.
and it tips over. Were you standing in front of it?
He would have had to have been within
It's in striking distance. Yeah. Okay.
striking distance.
Great. I need you to. Well, I guess this is an attack. Hang on a second.
Please don't be a mimic. Please don't be a mimic.
What's your dodge?
My dodge?
Your dodge defense, yes.
3.
Evasion. Yeah.
Okay. So the tower falls toward you with a sick slopping noise, but you manage to dodge out of the way before it falls on you.
Yeah.
And now there's just a big fucking pile of undifferentiated people and animal meat laying in the middle of the town square.
Fuck this.
You did it. Good job,
Alright,
Ed.
where are we going next, Darius?
You said west, James?
I believe so.
Let's go that way.
Okay.
We will head west, and if you want me to make awareness checks for tracking, let me know.
You lose the trail immediately as soon as you exit the village. It's clear that he must have used some sort of magic to get here.
No footprints or anything?
Nothing. As far as you can tell, he didn't physically exist in this space until he arrived.
Oh. I will point that out to the party. This...
Show
There are
me
no
where he
tracks.
appeared.
am I able to figure that out?
Yep.
I would like to all-encompassing sorcerer site this location to see if there are remnants of whatever magic brought.
There's
speed.
not. However, the kind of background radiation hum that you hear in pretty much everywhere feels a lot fainter here.
It feels a lot like what?
So kind of everywhere there's this like background hum to the world.
Yes.
And in certain places it's stronger, such as, you know, the middle of town centers, hospitals, places where people actively are a lot of the time.
Yes.
And it's quieter in places like graveyards, abandoned warehouses, stuff like that. Here, it's uncharacteristically quiet.
Uncharacteristically quiet. Yes.
Like the energies
Ian will
been-
relay this to everybody.
like there's been energy sucked out of this place, kind of. Or
An energy most unwholesome.
Actually, he just pierced the barrier
Yeah, I got
because he came
nothing
from
for
the
that.
other world.
hmm,
I'm gonna look to Akash. Can you continue leading us to the tower?
Sorry, I can't hear you at all, Darius.
I'm gonna look to Akash and ask him to continue leading us to the tower.
He nods and says, "Let's go." You note he's eating a ration bar as you are walking.
Like after the town, or like?
Yeah, after the town, after he
Okay.
threw up.
Okay, I thought he just like whipped one out in the town and was eating.
No. So you guys keep marching. It's a long walk. It's another few hours march. At this point, you guys would have been rolling checks for seeing if you could handle this, but you're all solar exalts, so it's going to take a while for you to start getting tired. So you arrive at the next town, and it's much the same thing. The same sort of event happened. This town had more people in it, and the structure in the middle is more complete, but it's still clearly a failed something. It looks almost like an experiment. Like the first village you got to, they were trying to accomplish something. In this, they refined their ideas, but it's hard to tell what they were going for. It has
Aside
the
from
same
the-
magical signature and the same sort of events played out almost the same way here, with some variation because, you know, chaos.
I don't like the thought that somebody's repeatedly trying this experiment. They're gonna keep trying.
Or they already have kept trying. We must move on. These failed attempts. They'll have to be cleaned up after, but they're not what we're after.
Are there any towns that haven't been hit around here?
Akash shakes his head and says, no, this whole region has gone quiet. If we keep going that way for a day and a half's hike, we should reach the city. I think there is where we will find what we are looking for.
Gross.
Akash nods and says, I've seen many horrible things, but this... And he just shakes his head for a moment. We should make camp for tonight. It's going to get dark soon.
Yeah.
Ben just looks at the tower.
Yeah. Do your thing, Ben.
He walks up. Once again, he goes to the farther leg so that it falls away from the others.
Okay.
And you can see his expression is wrought with emotion. Just this mix of sorrow and rage. And this time he actually yells as he swings his monkey stick and smashes this tower leg.
Okay. This time you're ready for it to collapse, so you manage to avoid it quite easily. And once again, with a wet slapping noise, the tower falls into a pile of meat, gristle, and bone.
I need to go for a walk. And he just walks away from the rest of the group for a bit.
Okay. You notice with some discomfort that the bottoms of your shoes are now red.
Yeah. He does his best to ignore it and just does a
Akash
lap.
sets up camp outside the village. Still away from the jungle, but outside the village. He says, I only have the one tent, and it's small, but if you need sleeping bags, I can provide some.
I would hope we were somewhat prepared for this.
You guys took weapons. You didn't tell me you were taking sleeping bags, camping supplies, any of that. You took guns.
Go and salvage what I can from the village.
Oh, great. There's plenty of, like, blankets and bedding. You could even stay in a house if you want. As long as you're willing to overlook the blood.
Yeah.
Everything's a nice shade of red.
No. It's striated red. So it's uneven and kind of everywhere. Honestly, I don't know why you'd overlook the blood. That sounds like a waste, but you could.
Yep. Gross.
We've been hiking for a day.
Yeah, like about 8 hours minimum.
I checked the power on my arm.
Oh, okay. It's fully charged.
I'm concerned.
Before you put your watch away, the face changes to a question that just says, do you require anything else?
I look down at the watch.
Okay.
Are you... Who are you? I'm not gonna go dropping names of gods around a military soldier.
Okay, so the watch responds with, I am what you made me.
Nothing else is required for now. Thank you.
The watch, the face turns off. Just like it was just, you dismissed it, basically. I am is now in Earth.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Great.
Joaquin's gonna find the driest location possible, and he's going to. He rather than go to sleep, he's gonna sit cross-legged, and he's going to appear to just meditate.
Okay. Everyone gets what rest they can, though it is fitful. In the morning, you feel somewhat refreshed, and immediately you start walking again. You seem to make good time. Akash even comments that you're getting through the jungle much easier than he expected you to, almost as if the path before you was the easiest possible one. He comments that this is very odd, and he shoulders his rifle. But you actually arrive in the city before nightfall.
Okay.
The
Are
city
there
is very similar, except as you approach it, you can see what they were trying to construct from outside the city limits. It's a radio tower.
As I suspected.
Is there...
Powered not by electricity and technology, but by magic.
Am I able to spot anything moving with the enhanced eyesight? I can see things
Nothing.
out to 100 meters. Or 100 yards.
It's like a grave. There's nothing moving. Nothing is alive here.
Almost like every living being that is not a plant has been repurposed.
Used. A city full of people.
Yeah, Ben's
What
just
would-
gonna head over to that radio tower.
Okay.
He is done with all the shit.
Ben, maybe allow Joaquin to inspect it. And James.
Alright.
Joaquin will walk up to it, and he will carefully inspect the ways that it connects to the ground, the ways in which it interacts with the rest of the world. Everything from the smell it gives off, which is obviously horrible.
Awful. Yeah.
But just the way that it's contoured to the ground. Some
It
instinct
looks
tells
exactly like a radio tower. There's nothing magical in its construction. It looks like someone was trying to copy what a radio tower looks like using people as their building material. You note there is no animal in this one.
only human beings.
Only humans. Also, the mist that's coming off of here is much, much stronger. As if whatever this was doing only recently stopped.
So, just to be clear, Joaquin senses the mist only when he kind of delves into the deeper pattern of the world.
I just assumed you were using all-encompassing sorcerer sight.
He was definitely gonna get to that, but he wanted to kind of
Oh, okay.
get an idea for I'm fluffing
It's pretty clear
Yeah.
that whoever built this didn't build it for its magical specificity. It's like they had seen a radio tower before and were trying to build a radio tower, like they were copying it.
right down to, are there cables? Are there any of
Yeah,
they'd
they're
seen
made
a radio
of
tower?
entrails, but yes, they're not connected
Oh.
to anything. They're just hanging down.
So someone's seen a radio tower but doesn't necessarily understand what is important about the cables, just that they're there. What's important about the shape?
Ben, as you're looking it over, you note that one of the faces that makes this thing up is mostly intact, and the mouth is moving.
Oh, Buddha.
Are they alive? Do I need to roll medicine to know if there's some? Is this
The whole thing is still warm. Not body temperature warmth, but it was recently body temperature warmth.
Who did this?
Darius, you note that Akash is nowhere to be seen.
Can I track where? Do I know when he disappeared?
Actually, no. You just kind of noticed that he wasn't there.
Can I make an awareness check to hear if there's anything around?
No,
Am I able to hear
Lavana,
him?
I'll explain in a second. Yes, you can track him down. It's obvious he's the only one making noise in the whole city. And eventually you find him in what looks like it was a pharmacy or some kind of small shop that carried a lot of medicine. It still has medicine in it, which is how you know that. But he's specifically inspecting the back room. You can hear him moving around in there and cursing. The darkness is trying to make something that it could use to communicate amongst itself.
Okay, yeah.
But it can invent. It can
follow him
only
in.
copy.
What-
Sorry, you'll which?
I'll follow him in.
Okay. So you go inside, and he is looking at what looks like a fleshy sort of hole in the wall, and he turns and sees you and says, "I don't know what this is, but I dislike it greatly." You note that the hole has gears on the side of it, made of bone and sinew and meat.
Do not touch it.
He nods and says, "I understood that."
Go get the others right now.
He nods and runs past you.
This looks like what Wojtek looked like
This is definitely void tech.
Okay.
But it's mixed with whatever the fuck the radio tower construction tech is.
Okay. I'm going to continue inspecting it with almost all of my senses. I'm not going to touch it or taste it.
Okay.
Nice.
It has that same scent as the blood and rust did.
Joaquin shows up?
Yep, everyone shows up, I'm guessing.
Until-
Oh, did you guys were you watching what the mouth was saying on, or how it was moving?
Joaquin
Yeah.
absolutely would have been.
Cool. It was saying, "Help me." And you could clearly see pain and fear in the eyes of the face that held it. But not recognition. It didn't see you.
Yeah. Ooh.
Go see what's
oh.
going on over there.
Joaquin's gonna come back here later, but yeah. Yeah, he comes and gets us, so we're all going there, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's gonna
oh,
stay at
sorry.
the tower.
Mercy sighs, cursing whatever made this radio tower. She glances at the tower, willing herself to look at the bodies of the people that were used to make this monstrous mockery of technology. Zenith feels her stomach turn, but she swallows against the rising nausea. I just noticed Mercy hasn't been talking, probably because reasons.
Ben's gonna stay at the tower while everyone else goes to investigate the thing.
While Akash is going to get them, Darius is going to take the battery out of his watch and put it near the gears on the ground.
Okay, when you remove the battery, the watch says, "Are you trying to get privacy?"
No, I'm trying to. I need to test something and I need technology to do so.
The watch says, "Understood," and the face powers off.
And it's an ordinary battery, right?
Sorry, this was after you removed the battery.
Oh. Yes, it's an ordinary battery.
Are you sure about that? Is Joaquin there at this point?
Yep.
Oh,
you witness Darius put the battery on the table and then talk to his watch.
Also, I know that he, his arm now feels things.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin says, maybe not any technology that has been touched by Autochthon. I have some that I don't think has left
Your
my
watch
sight.
kicks on, Darius. On the screen it says, "This device has not been touched by the maker."
Just the AI has been, correct?
On the watch screen flashes the words, "I am."
Oh, God.
You
made something
Sam was just like,
specific
"Oh
as
no."
I'm not gonna say anything.
Be good. Anyway.
I'll put the battery back into the watch and allow Joaquin to do his thing.
Joaquin's gonna just use a regular old, like external battery pack, and he's gonna put it where Darius was planning to put the other thing.
I'm just trying to see if it'll...
Does anything happen?
What? Sorry, to putting a battery down?
Yeah. The void tech doesn't like reach out to it or anything.
No, not at all.
Joaquin
Nothing
looks at
will
Darius.
bother.
Did you want to experiment with what happens when void tech comes into contact with other technology?
Yes, but I didn't want to directly introduce it.
Joaquin's going to pause, turn to face the hole in the wall that is, the hole in the wall is bleeding, basically?
It's like a fleshy wound in the wall that's closed up. Like, it's not a hole necessarily, but it looks like it could be a hole if you just push through the center of it.
Oh. Joaquin's going to use all-encompassing sorcerer's sight to inspect the void tech.
Cool. So two things. One, you note that there are the void tech has a very different aura than the rest of the tech around this area has. You note that the tech that was around the proto and finished radio towers also gives off an aura on this thing made of void tech and, for lack of a better word, flesh tech. And you also know that power is going into the, like, motes, or essence is going into the wound, and corrupted essence is coming out.
This thing is... It is taking in the world's power.
Thank you, Levana.
And what
I'm
is
keeping
coming
an eye
out
on it.
is something unwholesome. Something dark.
How big is this hole?
Big enough for, it's like 10 feet tall and like 5 feet wide. It's quite large. But it is oval in shape, not like circular or square. It's like an oval.
Would it be... I look at Joaquin. Would it be completely insane to think that this might be some form of portal?
Joaquin shrugs. Or the central tumor of all of this, the thing from which it all rose. Either way, this must be destroyed. It's something that behaves like cancer or perhaps a virus, yes? We would need to know that whatever we did didn't just scatter infected particles around. How much plastic explosive did you bring?
I assume I brought enough of the explosive to take down a regular radio tower.
Yeah.
That should be able to get rid of just this, if that's what we're aiming for.
We should have a look around the city. This may not be the only...
Yeah.
Can you smell other void tech in the city?
No, but I will note that you could only smell it when you entered the room with this tech.
Oh. Joaquin, is there any other sorcery here? Is there any other form of magic that's... Because I wasn't able to track this until I came in here.
I'm still getting the hang of
Of course.
what it is to track essence and the other magics of the world, but
Uh-oh.
there was no sorcery, nothing but whatever is at the heart of this
Sorry.
corrupted.
Looking around the room, there is something else here.
Oh, okay.
There's a sorcery of a third kind that is kind of. Let me think of how to phrase this. Like a hiding sorcery, but it's not the same as Void Tech, and it's not the same as the Flesh Tech spell. So, but it's something that was built to conceal something in this room.
So there's flesh tech in here. There's void tech. They're
And
mingling.
there's funny third magic.
There's funny third magic built to conceal something in this room.
Yes.
Joaquin will say that, and
God.
I may be able to. One moment. What would happen if Joaquin pulled at the strands of this third magic? Does it have the same unwholesome air, or is it just made of the world's magic?
None of the above. You can't pull at the strands. When you try to, they slip out of your grasp.
Okay. What is it made of, or how does it function?
You can't tell. It's explicitly designed to hide that fact.
I would like to use the power
Go
of
nuts.
Twilight to, so can I roll,
Absolutely. Good
I'm
luck.
using 10 motes of peripheral essence
Cool. Animal
on
flair.
the excellent, of personal essence.
Oh.
Because I have that, I've only been using peripheral thus far.
Sad.
Oh, okay, 12, 15 successes.
All right. It's a spell that is meant to conceal another spell that's been cast in the room. However, without something that can actually affect the spell itself, you can't tell what the secondary effect was. Just the fact that this one was specifically designed to hide that one.
When you said that that Joaquin has access to sorcery, does that mean the whole sorcery, or like the first like glimmers of you don't have sorcery yet, but you're on the
You can
road
buy
to it?
sorcery charms, is what
Okay.
what I was saying.
Okay, I would like to distort an existing working or spell, which is explicitly a thing that all sorcerers
go
can
for it.
do. All right, I would like to roll to produce sorceress motes, I believe. That
You gotta do
all right.
that.
Joaquin says, "I know what I think I know what I'm."
Wait, so fucking James just put in chat. James surreptitiously pulls out an RPG from elsewhere. You literally pulled an RPG out of your ass surreptitiously. Sure, buddy. No one fucking notices you pull out a rocket-propelled grenade. Fuck right out of here.
I'll remind you, he's the Nightcast.
I don't care how night you are. You
Bravo.
can't pull a rocket launcher out of your goddamn ass. Subtly.
Not with that attitude.
Darius
Pretty
did
Not without
hand him
some
an
serious
RPG
stunt.
earlier.
Anyway, all right.
I only produced 3 sorceress motes apparently on my first try.
Damn.
Joaquin reaches out again, and instead of seizing the strands, he gathers magic around his hands, and the first glimmers of something appear. Just as though he's wearing gloves made of starlight. But as he reaches for the strands, I assume 3 sorceress motes isn't enough.
Not even close.
Um,
The motes pass through the strange spell, and they do warp the strands slightly, but the strands are resilient and manage to cover up the deficiencies in different ways. It's clear whoever did this has done things like this before and quite often.
All right. So, distortion. Once a spell has been cast, its effects cannot be undone, but a skilled sorcerer may mute, twist, or weaken them with a distort action. This is an extended intelligence to occult action, with a difficulty based on the circle of the targeted spell, and that's talking about like sorcery cast by a sorcerer.
Yep.
I don't know how this interacts, but it has a terminus of 5 rolls. But can I roll up to 4 more
You're
times?
fairly confident that you won't be able to crack this.
Okay. Joaquin is too inexperienced a sorcerer. He doesn't even know the term sorcery for this. He just knows that he can draw
You
on
understand sorcery. You're sure that given enough time, you probably could break through this, but also this effect won't last that long. Like, it was designed to hide one thing that occurred in this room. That thing has occurred. You're seeing the kind of the leavings of that spell that hit it, but that spell won't last forever either.
Can you identify these from outside the building? Or are you able to see it from outside the building?
Okay, when Joaquin will go outside of the building, and once again,
Cool.
peripheral essence, 4 motes, all-encompassing sorcerer's sight. What connects this building to the rest of the world? Is there anything unusual aside from the basic?
Not a
fabric
damn
of reality?
thing. In fact, the only thing you can see that is at all strange is some residual magic from the flesh tech inside the building. The other 2 spells are completely hidden.
Joaquin re-enters the building and expresses this with regret.
Meanwhile, what's Ben up to?
So everyone else has left to go focus on
Yep,
this other thing.
they totally left you alone.
Yep, with the giant tower
Uh-huh.
and the face that's trying to talk.
Uh-huh.
Ben brings his hands up in a prayer motion up to his face, and he utters a prayer to the Buddha. Basically, the "Forgive me, Father, for I'm about to sin." And he goes and he over to one of the legs, farthest enough away from, where he knows his buddies have gone, so it won't land on them.
Okay.
And he takes a mighty swing at the leg of this tower to bring it down and end these poor people's suffering.
Okay. Just before you do that, Akash walks over to you. Seeing you pray, he joins you for a moment, and then he nods at you. The 2 of you wind up and swing for the tower. It's clear that you did all the heavy lifting here, but his act of solidarity does bring you some comfort, knowing that you at least have the support of this one man trying to help you right a terrible evil.
It's nice
He
of
also
him.
manages to avoid the falling tower, which collapses with a thunderous noise that can be heard for quite a distance. Everyone inside the building can hear it.
Yep. Ben then goes to look for that face again to see if it's still talking.
In the giant profusion of meat, bone, gristle, and suffering, you can't tell one face from another. Either it's buried under some of its compatriots, or it's destroyed beyond recognition. Either way, it's gone.
Alright, any of the other faces moving?
Not that you can see.
Good.
This tower, like everyone inside of it, is dead. We're gonna end there for tonight. How's everyone doing?
That was a good session.
Utterly confused.
Why?
Yay!
What? This was very straightforward.
Oh, no.
This is real. The dog isn't even here. Now Tiger is my best friend. Oh fuck, I forgot a detail. Sorry. Underneath the base of the radio tower was the corpse of an obviously Void Tech infected tiger.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
Yep,
I meant to
I
mention that
figured.
first off.
Yep, that figures. That tracks.
Just so you guys know, do you remember many sessions ago when you're all like, oh, we should look into this, we should look into this, and Ben was like, we should look into the tiger?
Yep.
This is the only main plot hook that I dropped at that moment. So Ben officially has the Cassandra curse, where Ben accurately predicts the future, but no one believes Ben.
So basically, when everyone finally gets out to see what happened, they're just gonna find Ben kneeling by this poor, deformed tiger, and he's gonna look at you guys like, I fucking knew it!
Oh god. Anyway, that was a particularly gruesome session.
Ugh.
But it's the end of the night. Congratulations, you made it through getting to the aftermath of whatever the fuck happened here.
Ugh.
It's the end of the night. So, players get to vote for who they thought their favorite player of the night was. This could be based on anything, such as who said Ababa the funniest, or whoever had the most C4 put up their butthole. And after that, the pattern spiders also get to pick their BFF for the night. This could be based on whatever madness the pattern spiders decide is good for them. I don't know how their mind works, but hey, whatever, the poll is up. Go ahead and vote, guys. Okay, so, Mr. Sam, who is your vote for tonight?
It's going to be Darius for me.
Okay.
First of all, for some stuff that was related to blue booking, but which kind of came out further at the beginning of session, which was to do with, just having a bunch of irons in the fire. And as Jord put it very adequately, very, very, very effectively, hasn't been giving the storyteller a hard time, but so many things going on and keeping it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then further to that, taking the initiative on, okay, hey, James is investigating, which kind of almost got my vote, but Darius is watching out and going, what's underneath this?
Mm-hmm.
So
fair enough.
I really liked both of those roles here.
Cool. Hey, Witch, how does it feel being right?
I fucking knew it! Fucking wanted my tiger friend. Now I will never have my tiger
Your
friend.
tiger friend was long gone by the time you guys heard about it.
You can
Rest in
afford
peace,
your
tiger
own
friend.
tiger. You can buy a tiger. I am paying you that
We have
well.
Tiger at home. Tiger at home, the void tech
James and
infected
Darius
corpse.
just brings Ben a baby tiger to make him feel better.
Who would you like to vote for, Witch?
Darius. He definitely pulled through. I like the fact that he's like, all right, we're bringing all the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically his reaction to realizing Autocathon was in his computer.
I was trying to
And
think.
gave-
I'm like, wait, how did you secure the autocaphone? And he's like, oh, I used a bunch of tech to protect it. And I was like, oh no. Okay, where could
Oh,
autocathon
no.
have gotten? And then Darius immediately was like, I've been working on an AI. And I'm like, I know where autocathon would have gone.
I made it better. Now it has 15 souls.
Okay, so some context. I Am is an established entity in the Exalted World.
Yep.
It's basically a solar
Magic
exalt made a magical version of the internet. So Autocathon has built out of the AI that Darius was working on, the god of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So
That tracks.
have
He
fun with
deified the
that.
AI. He deified the AI. And
Yeah,
that's just a thing
Autocathon
that
was
we
just like,
talked on.
oh neat, let me just make a few quick changes. I hope he won't mind. And gave it soul architecture.
God damn it. This is gonna be so weird to go into the programming of.
I mean, good luck. I hope you can read Essence programming. Anyway, fair enough.
Joaquin probably can, but it's with difficulty.
I mean, he could probably figure it out given time, sure. Hey, so I think I'm on to... Wait, which did I let you finish or did I interrupt you?
No, I said Darius. I liked his reaction to Autocathon.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Aki, you've been awful quiet tonight. I'm very worried about that.
I'm fine. I'm just it's kind of hard transmitting from your patio. So anyways, so my vote tonight is, as much as I want to give a shout out to Ben The last kind of roleplay before taking down the tower was really good. And I really liked that part of your character, but I really want to give it to Darius with his reaction to, wait, my arm feels stuff now, and Autocathon got into everything,
Yep.
and just the fact that Darius has bought Walmart and also Texas.
Darius did not buy Walmart or Texas.
Not yet.
Anyway,
But anyways,
It was just a joke thing in the
So-
chat.
yeah.
I'm
so-
just telling you right now. James, my good friend, Scald is your real name. Sort of.
I'm gonna make it 4 for 4 for Darius.
Damn, a shutout.
Because I really enjoyed getting to see more of Darius as a character, and yeah, keep up the good work, amigo.
All right, fair enough. Darius, who would you like to vote for, and why is it Darius? So Sukrown, sorry.
Mine's very split between James and Wookie in this session, just because they were both super helpful in figuring out what happened. But I also really want to give it to Joaquin for being like, let's watch this tech with tech.
Fair enough.
We're gonna watch the tech god with tech.
Okay.
And then it just all spiraled out of control.
It's actually worse than that. It's let's make sure that the creator of all invention is prevented from leaving by using a bunch of human inventions. If he was the god of tech, that might have actually worked.
Joaquin underestimated exactly how autochthon that object was.
I mean,
Of course,
anything.
all of it is an extension of autochthon.
Yeah,
but in
any
character, Joaquin
tech
doesn't know
that
that.
Autochthon touches is by definition part of Autochthon. His soul architecture is almost infinite. Good
Yep.
fucking luck.
Yeah,
if you'd
no,
been like, I kept him in a pile of dirt, he would have been like, farts.
yeah.
I think that was what Ben recommended at one
It was,
point.
but you have
Burying
the
it,
Cassandra
burying it.
curse, so
Yeah.
The solution was just to bury Autocathon in the garden.
that probably
Nobody
would have worked a
listens
lot
to the
better.
himbo.
Autochthon would have had to figure out soil, which would have taken him longer than figuring out the mechanical mechanisms of the safe. Anyway, so surprising no one, Darius, you win the player vote for tonight. Congratulations, you get a free solar XP. The Pattern Spider's best friend tonight was Mercy for, and I quote, it's people portable, it portables people.
Thank you, spiders.
Oh my god. This row is beets, this row is carrots, this one is autocathon, this one is lettuce. Also, you would definitely have some autocathon plants growing in that garden. There'd be like some fucking sunflowers that have solar panels instead of petals.
Nice.
Anyway.
Spring stems.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, this shouldn't grow, right? And then the sunflower would turn to you and go, but it can! Anyway, I love role-playing Autocathon. He's easily one of my favorite characters.
We have created the unconquered sunflower.
Oh, God. Alright, well, you guys can have 2 and 2 for tonight. 2 solar, 2 regular XP, unless you got bonus XP from something. And let's do my favorite part of the night, the end of the night, wild mass guessing. What is going on here?
Jordan,
What?
is the Pattern Spider XP XP or Solar XP?
It is standard XP. You can use it on charms. It's better to be the Pattern Spider's best friend than it is to be your other player's best friend.
All right, I will make more it portables people jokes.
Anyway, wild mass guessing, we're gonna go right to left because we always go left to right and then right to left, so you know how it works. Mr. Crown, what's happening?
I think it's pretty accurate that we just missed whatever happened here, because we opted to investigate not wild animal attacks, which the other ones definitely seemed more pressing.
They
However,
sure did.
Now that an entire section of a country has gone dark, I'm starting to question if animals can be trusted.
They definitely can't. Mr. Scald, what's going on? What's happening here?
So, we've got Void Tech joining forces with cannibal tiger monkey conglomerates.
Yes, quite.
Yeah, monkey sorcerers. It's where it's at. We're
Yep.
doomed.
It's revenge for eating all those monkey brains.
But yeah, I think we're getting what we deserve.
Are you? Hey, Aki.
Autocathon has access to Reddit now. I fear for the safety of our universe.
That's actually true, yeah.
Right.
He's had it for a while, though.
Mhm.
He first found elephants on Wikipedia.
Yeah, but he also has access to Tumblr. So I'd like to hear his views on Super Hulock.
Sure.
Oh dear.
All right.
S- s-
what's going on here?
First of all, poor Darius's porn file. And second of all, apparently Apollo has cursed Ben, so no one would believe him. And now we have to fight a bunch of possessed tigers and monkeys that are in service to whatever the fuck this void tech has evolved into. Because I suspect that was what was leaking all that rusty blood up the along the way through the villages.
Okay, yeah, 100% confirmed. I'm surprised you didn't bring up Cthulhu, actually. I was
Also Cthulhu.
Oh, yes, Cthulhu is part of this, as he is often.
Always.
As is tradition.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, what do you think's going on here?
Okay, so, well, we know, we knew that, Void Tech was out in the world. Void Tech contacted the nature of, or this world, and it became something new. Something that hasn't before been seen in creation or anywhere else. It's unique to here, and it's what happens when Void Tech meets whatever our world, the world of darkness, like whatever is at its core. So we've got Dark Void Tech now, Void Tech of Darkness, if you will.
I like that idea.
So I'm fucking scared. The moment I heard I am, I was like, I'm not gonna bring meta knowledge into this. Joaquin doesn't know what I am is, but I do.
I tried to be subtle about it, but I didn't think anyone picked up on it when I said I am what you made me.
Good one. So as far as the rest of the stuff, when Void Tech interacts with the world, it's going to behave like a cancer. It's going to spread, it's going to metastasize, and there will be other places like this. The threat of here might be gone, but what did that tower transmit before it stopped working, if it ever worked? After all, there was still something happening off of the miniature towers, a bad feeling.
And this tower was complete.
This tower was complete.
Anyway, that was a good game, guys. So, you don't manage to find anything else here. It's clear whatever was happening here is done. However, Akash is able to take enough photos to report back to his contacts about what is going on here. So, this is going to be in the news cycle very soon, and you are quickly whisked back onto your plane, back to whatever country you came from.
May I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna request that he doesn't speak of my presence here.
Sure. He actually, they're not planning to talk about your guys' presence at all.
I want to specifically bind a pact between him and I of him agreeing that he will not speak of my
He does easily, and his eyes widen when the full implication of what he just agreed to hits him. He only realizes after the fact, clearly, what that meant, but and
Okay.
by extension, he also immediately knows that you are not a lawyer.
Yep, I figured as much.
But now he can't say shit about you being here, so
Wait, so we head back?
yeah, that's it.
We've destroyed the tower, and we're gonna C4 the shit out of that.
We're gonna destroy the tomb.
The military is planning to come through with flamethrowers.
Okay.
I am
We're still gonna
honestly surprised
Mm-mm.
that Witch
Yep.
hasn't suggested that it's a glory hole.
Oh, no.
Now that you're mentioning
Anyway, that's gonna be it for us for tonight. You guys, blue booking. You can have 1 week of blue booking.
Yay.
And yeah, we're gonna end it there for tonight. I will be back tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. PST. I will be streaming a shrapnel game of some description. It should be a good time. Please come check it out. Do you guys want to say goodbye to chat?
Bye,
Embrace
chat.
the
Bye,
chaos.
spiders.
All right, have a good night, Pattern Spiders. Thank you once again for weaving fate. I appreciate you
Yes.
very much, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bibbles.